and everything's been very positive, which obviously is good to hear, this time of the year when we're undefeated. So I don't want to put you on the spot, but I've argued on this podcast before. I think they're better all around than the team 2 years ago. They went 12-4 and it was 10-2 before Dalton. If you look at the depth at wide receiver, the defensive line, the improvements at line, except for maybe offensive line, but running back, across the board, they seem to be a better unit. So what would you project for this 2017 team?
I expect playoffs. I think that should be the bar. I think it should be the bar for Marvin. I think it should be the bar for Andy. Because here's the bottom line. Look at the AFC. How many competent – let's just say you're not high on Marvin. You just think he's an okay coach. How many okay coaches with franchise quarterbacks are there in the AFC? Not that many. I mean, Ryan Tannehill, everyone's talking about Ryan Tannehill. Andy Dalton's better than Ryan Tannehill. So I look at this team and all the weapons that are around Andy Dalton. And even with the offensive line issues, the defense was pretty good last year because Vontaze Burfict carried them. He's in shape, flying around. He looks better this year than he did last year. I think he's poised for a huge season. So this team should – I mean, let's just think about it. Geno Atkins, Vontaze Burfict, Andy Dalton, A.J. Green. There's a bunch of these guys in their prime. Carlos Dunlap, plus a mixture of young guys, a mixture of veterans that could also help. I think this team should win 10 games. I mean, they're better at kicker, which last year was an issue. So 10 games, maybe more, depending on John Ross's health, depending on the offensive line. If the offensive line bombs, because there's not a lot of depth past the guys that we're hoping are okay. So that's another question mark for the offensive line. But I think playoffs are a reasonable expectation for a team that has this many players in their prime and has as much talent as the Bengals do.
I think we're all in agreement with you there. Obviously health is the key there. And if that's kind of what, even though they struggled throughout the first part of the season last year, obviously the injury bug and all kinds of stuff hit them at critical spots. So I think if they can avoid that, I don't see how that projection couldn't come true.